Hi everybody. For homework tonight, you're going to solve some trig equations like you did before, but instead of solving between 0 and 2 pi, you're going to do the general form with plus 2 pi k, or plus pi k if it's tangent or cotangent is plus pi k, because that's the period of tangent and cotangent. If it's sine, cosine, secant, cosecant, then it's plus 2 pi k. So you're going to be doing some of those, and then you're going to do some solving using more complicated equations. So they want you to use U substitution, but I don't think that it's necessary. So here's the equation, and you're going to solve between 0 and 2 pi. So in that interval, not on the general form. So there's a 2 in front. The variable is cosine. We need a 1. 1 times 1 is 1. We need a negative. 2 is bigger than 1. So we get a negative 2 cosine plus 1 cosine is negative 1 cosine. 2 cosine times cosine, these need thetas. 2 cosine times cosine is 2 cosine squared, and negative 1 times positive 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. So then we set each factor equal to 0. 2 cosine theta plus 1 equals 0, or cosine theta minus 1 equals 0. Instead of an x for a variable, we have cosine theta for a variable. So cosine theta equals 1. When is cosine 1? Right there at 0. 0 radians. 2 cosine theta equals negative 1. Cosine theta equals negative 1/2. So cosine is the x. It's short, it's negative, left, 1/2. This is 2 pi over 3, this is 4 pi over 3. It's important to know your unit circle. So those are the 3 answers between 0 and 2 pi for this problem. You're not going to use the next part until tomorrow, and I might give you some more examples tomorrow. But if you have an equation that has cosine and sine in it, and we want it in the interval, cosine and sine is more than cosine. So you're going to use sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1. It's the the Pythagorean identity. And if we solve for cosine squared theta, it'd be 1 minus sine squared theta, right? If you move the sine over. Or sine squared theta is 1 minus cosine squared theta. So if you want to get rid of a cosine squared, you're going to substitute with 1 minus sine squared. That's for this cosine. And you have a minus sine squared plus sine theta equals 1. The 1's cancel. We have negative 2 sine squared theta plus sine theta equals 0, because the 1's canceled. You can take out a negative sine theta, and we're left with 2 sine theta minus 1 equals 0. We have 2 factors. The negative doesn't affect it. So sine theta equals 0. Sine of theta is 0 here and here. So that's theta equals 0 or pi. And then we have 2 sine theta equals 1 sine theta equals 1/2. And it's 1/2 there and there. The sine is 1/2. So this is pi over 6 and 5 pi over 6. So those are the two solutions that we have. So you might have to make some substitutions using the Pythagorean identities, but not tonight. Today it's 7.3, day 3. If you want to have a Zoom meeting, we can have one today or tomorrow to help answer questions. You just have to let me know that you want to have one so I can schedule it. So this homework is due tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hope all is well. Thank you.